Hey, what's up, guys and gals of the comic book community? This is Chris, and this is my channel. We love comics. As always, I appreciate you guys taking the time to check out my videos. And I got another haul I'd like to show you guys. I got some really good books in here, some really good deals, and I am looking forward to sharing them. So this way, some of you might see them and say, you know what, I've never heard of that one, or let me get that one. So that's one of the good reasons about showing these kind of books, is especially for newer people, or even people like me. When I watch other people's videos, there are times I'll see a book that I didn't know existed or didn't know was the particular origin or some kind of specialty for that particular book, and it makes me want to go expand my comic book horizons. So with that being said, let's show the books I got in this haul. First one isn't anything major. I just got this. Somebody sent me this, and if somebody here did, let me know, because it's from a person from Tombstone Trading. They just sent this. They didn't put any kind of letter other than a note that says, I hope you'll enjoy this. So I thought this was pretty cool of them and pretty nice. So if you're out there, please leave your comment and let me know, because I want to say thank you. This is Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man versus Miss Marvel. This is Marvel Team Up issue number 77. Just a Miss Marvel appearance. This was back in 1978, where I was a total of 7 years old. I love when they write things like still only 35 cents, because that tells you in the next issue, or the issue after that, they are going to be raising it to 35 cents. They kind of do that all the time in the history of the prices. Alright, so nothing, like I said, nothing majorly significant, but that was nice of them. The next 7 books I got in a lot, so I'd show these off, and then I'll tell you the price I got these for. This is Daredevil 191, part of the Frank Miller Daredevil run. Daredevil 189. I love that cover. Daredevil really stands out when you have a yellow background. His red just really goes with this, and the way they kind of shadow his face really looks good. So this is another Frank Miller back in the early 80s. Alright, 188. Cool looking cover on that one, and I believe that is Black Widow in the background. Another Frank Miller. This one I always thought was pretty cool. Now, this one's not in the greatest conditions. This is Daredevil 187. And, I mean, that's a pretty basic, but it really shows that there's something that's really affecting him. And it really makes you want to buy this book to say, okay, what is going on that I need to check out? But you could, I don't know if you could see it, but maybe close up. You could see there's some tings here and there. There's a couple of creases there. So this book has been read a couple of times. Sometimes it's harder to keep the almost all white books, especially something this old. I mean, this is 1982, keeping it in perfect condition. So you can see the top, there's a little bit of browning. So nothing major, but that book has definitely seen better days. Okay, we got issue 180, which continues the Frank Miller series. Not my favorite cover, but still not bad. It definitely makes the point across. And then the last 2 in this set are not Frank Miller, but they're a little bit earlier. This is Daredevil 146, which has a Bullseye appearance, which people know that if you watch the Daredevil TV show, they are saying that Bullseye will be in Season 2. Last but not least, in this particular run, this is Daredevil and the Black Widow issue 102. Again, nothing major in there, just an early Daredevil. Now, the best part is the price I paid, including shipping, $1.46 for all of those books. So, definitely couldn't pass that up. Alright, so let's continue. This one I just got the other day at the comic book store. They happen to have another one that I saw. This is Deadpool's Secret Wars issue number 3. If you haven't read this, I won't spoil it here for you, but this is definitely a book that you should want to pick up. Alright, got another one of these. Got this for $10. This is Logan's Run, issue number 1. I've talked about this a couple of times. They are going to be making a redo of the movie, so getting this issue is definitely something, especially if you can get it for a cheap price. I've seen people get it a lot cheaper than what I can get it for, but my local shops don't have it available, so unfortunately I have to go by what is available around where I am. And, of course, you know what that means. It's cat time. Alright, this one I paid a whole total of $7.89 for. I'm really happy about this. This is Rom Space Knight. This is issue number 1. This is in really good condition. I mean, you could see along the edges, looks really great. You can see the corners a little bit rounded, but not anything extreme. Cover lies nice and flat. Colors look really good, so I would say this is probably a 9.2. Somewhere in that range. Maybe 9.4. Alright, I get these anytime I see them. I got this for $15.99. And this is Uncanny X-Men issue number 244, which is the first Jubilee, which we know is going to be appearing in the next X-Men film. And this one, again, looks probably around the 9.4, 9.6. Really clear, no chips. Corners look pretty decent. And this is definitely a book I recommend getting it anytime you have the opportunity. This one I never had before, and I'm really happy that I acquired this one. Kind of nostalgic for me as far as growing up as a kid, because if you were, say, I'm going to be turning 45 in November, and if you're around my age, you probably grew up watching this cartoon as a kid. And I picked up G.I. Joe issue number 1. The earliest one I had was issue number 2. I wasn't a real G.I. Joe fan, but, you know, growing up in the mid to late 80s, early 90s, I mean, G.I. Joe was other than Transformers, one of the number 1 cartoons to watch. Then they came out with the comic book. And I paid a total of $16, including shipping, for this. And this looks to be in real good condition. There's no ticks along the spine. Edges look great. The colors really pop out. So again, this is probably 9.2 to 9.6, somewhere in there. For that price, I can't complain. And that's the first time I've ever owned that book. Alright, 3 more to go. And the last one, we got a pretty key Silver Age issue. I've been lucking out getting that lately. This one, I paid a total of $14 for. This is Miss Marvel issue number 17. This is the second cameo appearance of Mystique. I just happened to be the last-minute bidder on this one. Right along here, you could see for some reason it looks like it kind of faded a little bit. I don't know what happened there, but the rest of it looks really white. So that probably lowers the grade to an 8, 8.5, somewhere in there. But other than that, spine looks great. No ticks. Nice and clean. And for the price... Actually, this one, $14.01. So, yeah. I want to make sure I keep it all up. And this is the second part of that where I also spent $14. So it's total $28 for both of those books. Is Miss Marvel 16. And that's the first cameo appearance of Mystique. This one's not in as good a grade as the other one. I mean, you could see a couple of ticks along the spine. But for the price, I am definitely not going to complain. There's a little, looks like it bent there a little bit. So this one's probably a 7.5 to an 8.0. You can see right along where it says the word comics, there's a little minor, little breaks on the top. And still, for that price, that's perfectly fine. Alright, last but not least, I'm very happy to have acquired this book. This is, as of now, my earliest of this series, and that is none other than Daredevil issue number 4. This is the first appearance of Purple Man. If you know anything about that, the character Purple Man will be appearing, and my cat is very excited about that, will be appearing in the Alias TV show as one of the main villains. So once that happens, and if it ends up a good TV show, and he ends up being portrayed as a very good and interesting character, expect this book to rise. It does have a date stamp, which I think for Silver Age doesn't really take down the price that much at all, but to me, I don't care. You can see there's a little bit of chipping along the top. Spine looks really good. It's all intact. You can see the corner. There's a little breakage of color there. And again, it usually happens in this particular corner a lot, but you can see there was a bend here. There is a tear there. So you're talking probably, because of all that stuff, it's probably a 5.5 to a 6.5 range, somewhere in that area. I mean, the staples are intact and everything's all there. No rolled spine or anything. Again, here you could see a little bit of breakage. But with shipping and handling for this book, I paid $87. So I'm very happy about that. Again, mid-range book, but you're talking early Daredevil, and you're talking one season so far of the Daredevil series, the TV show. It got great reviews. If you're talking 4th, 5th season, and it goes really well, and maybe you'll see Purple Man in there as well, I mean, these books are just going to continue to rise. So it's a little quiet right now, and that's always the best time to be pouncing on these kind of items, because when the next series hits, if it does even half as good as the first series did, expect everybody to start looking into it. Because, like The Walking Dead, the first season, when the first season of Walking Dead came out, hardly anybody paid attention to it. And it wasn't until the second and third series, the seasons, that people really started getting into it, and then you saw the prices of books rising dramatically. So you're talking, if this goes well, by the 3rd, 4th season, if it does get that far, a lot more people are going to jump onto the bandwagon through word of mouth, and a lot of people are going to start looking for these kind of books. And the same thing with that TV show Alias. If that does well, this character, their first appearance, people are going to be looking for it. So now's the time to get it if you can. If you can get it under 125, 150 for a good condition book, grab it. So that's my video for the day, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, thumbs up always show that you did, and I thank you for taking the time to do that. If you would be so kind, I would love to hear your comments, because I love interacting with you guys. So let's hear what you guys thought of this particular haul. And don't forget to share it if you are so inclined, so other people in the comic book community can learn about this channel. And if you are one of those people that did learn about it from somebody, and this is the first video you've seen, make sure it's not your last. Don't forget to hit the old proverbial subscribe button and be a part of this community, because it's not you, it's not I, it's we love comics. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's always a pleasure to make these for you. Thank you for continually watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you next video. It's not easy being purple.